Hi guys, welcome back to the Plus Size Guide for Theme Park Rides.
Today we're going to be talking about the Magic Kingdom Park in Florida. So the first ride that you come to when you walk into Magic Kingdom would be the Walt Disney World Railroad, and this has rows of seats in carriages. It's a big train and there's plenty of room on those chairs for us to sit beside each other, and there's not really any legroom issues either. Jungle Cruise is a big boat ride, and other than being able to climb down the steps into the boat, there shouldn't be any issues with that one either, because you'll just sit round the edge of the boat and there's room for however many people get on it. Up next is Pirates of the Caribbean, which we really like, as you can tell. And Pirates of the Caribbean is a boat ride again, where you climb down into the boat. It's bench seats.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much of a problem with seating in it. Legroom's okay.
Yep, and there's no restraints to worry about, and they can usually fit between 3 and 4 people in a row widthwise, so you know. Up next is one of the big ones, Splash Mountain, which is great fun, if a little bit on the wet side. This has boats again, but with rows of 2 seats. We can sit beside each other quite comfortably.
Yep.
The last time we went on it, we sat in the front row, and I remember thinking there was a little less leg room in the front row than there is in the further back rows, so if you're going and leg room's an issue, then it's worth bearing that in mind. There is a bar that comes across your lap. It just comes down as far as it needs to, and we don't really have a problem with that one fastening.
No. Next up is Big Thunder Mountain.
There's a lap bar that comes down across the 2 of you together. It only goes as far as it needs to, and we don't have a problem with it fastening. And there's reasonable leg room on that one as well for both of us.
Yep.
Haunted Mansion, which if you haven't been on it before, you haven't been on Phantom Manor in France, that's designed in a clamshell. It's like they call it a dune buggy.
It's a bench seat with a lap bar, but the lap bar is quite loose fitting and there's plenty of leg space. I mean, there's always room on there for the 2 of us in there.
And we could have like a bag between us on the chair as well, so there's not really an issue.
No, there's not.
Space-wise on Haunted Mansion. The riverboat is a ride where there really aren't any seats to worry about. You tend to strand on the riverboat.
Yeah. Although there are a couple of seats, I think.
Yeah, I think there are actually some seats if you wanted to have a sit down.
Yeah. And next up is the Carousel, and it is what it says it is. It's a carousel. There's no problem with seating. There's no problem with space. There's anything. There's no problems at all. Mm-hmm. There's carriages, and I think there's the usual horses as well.
Peter Pan's ride, another flying boat ride. Bench seats for at least 2 adults, with the same lap bar that comes down across the 2 people.
Yeah. And
we have plenty of room in that. We always find though that legroom sometimes there's more legroom in the back row than there is in the front row.
Yeah, I think that's an ongoing thing with a lot of the small carriage style rides. In any of them is for the small carriages, you're better off in the back rows if you want the legroom.
Yeah.
What's next?
It's a small world after all.
It's another boat ride.
It's similar to Pirates of the Caribbean in the layout, and other than being able to climb down into the boat again, there shouldn't really be a problem.
No.
The seats are wide enough for maybe 3 or 4 people, and they're a little bit on the low side though for sitting down on, so you are quite low down, but there's plenty of space.
Little Mermaid. Again, is that not clamshell again?
It is, yeah. It's the same as the Haunted Mansion. Really, although obviously not black, they're pink and they're gorgeous. and we really liked that ride. The seats can comfortably fit the two of us side by side.
Yeah.
Probably with a bag between us as well, and the lap bar that comes across the two people.
Yeah, it's fine. There's no problem at all.
The Barnstormer's up next.
Which one's that one?
That is the Goofy themed family roller coaster, the little small roller coaster.
Is that the one that goes through the billboard?
Yes.
Right.
I think we do manage to sit side by side on this one.
I think so.
Yeah, we've certainly done it and never had a problem with it. It's just a lap bar that comes down over your knees rather than any other type of restraint, and it's not a problem.
Yeah.
Dumbo Ride is the next one we're going to talk about. This is, if you've not seen it, this is little flying elephants, and you sit in a car on the flying elephant.
Mm-hmm.
And we tend to have a car each, or an elephant each.
Yeah.
Because I want a pink one, and David doesn't want a pink one. I think certainly doing it the way we do it is not a problem size-wise.
No, it's no problem at all.
The teacups. What can we say about the teacups?
I think everybody knows the teacups. If the only thing with the teacups is a little bit of leg room. If you don't mind bashing knees with the person that you're with in the car.
Yeah, but we can go in them together, and we can go in with my dad, who was with us when
That's
the
right.
trips
Yeah, there
as
were
well.
3 of us in the car.
So we're 3 of us in it. So there is plenty of room in that regard.
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh. Remember Winnie the Pooh? It's little cars, 2 rows with bench seating, and sort of the knee restraint, lap restraint that you see on most of the rides.
Yeah.
And remember, this is the one that does the tiger bouncing.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not really an issue, but again, I think the legroom is more in the back than in the front.
Yeah.
Okay, the big one, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This is the newest ride at Magic Kingdom, and is the most problematic for space as well, I would say, isn't it?
Yeah, because the cars are in the design of...
barrels?
Is it barrels or is it the actual cars out of the mine that they get the rocks in?
Okay, I'll just say yes, because I don't know. But they're rows of 2, so they take 2 adults side by side, and we do fit in that regard. Where the issue is the restraints. This time it's 2 separate restraints, one for each person.
Mm-hmm.
Again, they only come over your legs, but they do come quite tight, and around the thighs they're really quite tight around the legs if you've got larger legs. And I found them tighter on my legs than I did on any other part of me.
Yeah.
I could manage it, but just be prepared for it to be a little bit tight.
Yeah. But once you're on it and you're going around the roller coaster, you'll not think anything about it at all.
No, you won't.
You'll forget about it. Tomorrowland Speedway.
This is the little individual cars that go around the racetrack.
Yeah.
Again, we do that in separate.
We do that in separate cars. Yeah. I don't know, we've never actually tried it together.
No, but having said that, I don't think I would want to. I don't really like little car rides like that. I do them anyway, but I don't really like them.
Yeah, it would be like sitting in Dodgem cars, I think.
Yeah, and I just feel if we had been in the same one, it would have been a bit too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
For us, we've got because we're very tall. Our knees would have been on our chin if we tried to sit side by side.
Yeah, true.
Space Mountain. Now this has got a very different layout for the actual ride cars, especially if you're familiar with maybe Disneyland Paris, which is completely different to the Magic Kingdom in Florida. You sit single file, one in front of the other. Now, is it 3?
It comes in groups of 3.
So there'll be one person in a seat at the front, one in the middle, and one at the back. The issue on this one isn't the restraint. The restraint we managed to fasten without a problem. The issue is legroom, particularly if you're in the back row.
Yeah, because you have to put your legs down, basically get down the side of the person in front of you.
Now, I didn't find it too bad, but I think you actually did. You found it quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, it can be a little bit uncomfortable, yeah.
And the front one as well, I think it's the same as all the others that we've talked about. The front row, the legroom, is actually more condensed. In the middle or the back, you have more length to spread your legs out, although you're going down the side of somebody else, but in the front your legs are kind of...
Yeah, but at least
just
in front
flopping.
of you. Just flopping.
Actually, the one tip I'll give you about the seating on Space Mountain, if you are in a group of two like we are, they'll put you into different...
Yeah, they have been known to put you in separate groups of 3.
Yes, and we went on together and ended up... See, I was in the back of one car and David was in the front of the car behind. We still went round the ride together, but when it came to the photos...
With different pictures.
Yeah, we were on different pictures. So we
So
had to do it again.
make a point of saying to them you'd rather wait and get on in the same car.
If that matters, if it's important to you, and it was
If you want to be in the
important
picture
us,
together,
yeah,
make sure you say to them you'd rather wait than...
get split into separate cars.
Yeah. Now, the People Mover. We tend to quite like the People Mover because it's nice and relaxed.
Yes, we spend quite a bit of time on the People Mover. It's a good way to get a seat for a while. We actually go around it more than once, we just stay on it and keep going.
If they let us.
Yeah, when they let us. And seating wise, it's individual cars that move in a big train, and in the car there's chairs that face each other. We always sit facing each other.
Yeah, opposite
I like
each
to go backwards, David doesn't, so we face each other.
Yeah. Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Lightyear.
2-seater carriages. There's no restraints as such. The front of the carriage, once you get into the carriage, front of the carriage closes in front of you, but it's not pushed up against you. Plenty of leg room, plenty of space on the seat as well. Don't have a problem with that at all.
I think we've managed to cover all of the rides that are in the Magic Kingdom Park, and there's lots of different things to do. It doesn't seem like this has been a very long video because we've only covered actual rides, and there's millions of other things to do in the park.
There is.
And of all the other things that we've done, whether it's shows or going over to the islands or exploring, we've not had any issues at all. I would say Disney's one of the most inclusive companies for people who are plus size. So big thumbs up to Disney for that one.
Yep.
I really hope you've enjoyed watching this video and that it's been helpful and given some sort of reassurance if you're planning on going to the Magic Kingdom Park and you're worried about the size of the rides.
And if you're planning on going to Disney soon, we're really jealous and we wish we could be going with you.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye bye.